Howdy everybody. Bonus hammock video this week. Can you believe it? Weather actually randomly went to like 60 degrees this weekend and today being Monday. So I thought I better get my ass out there in that hammock because this very well could be the last good day. I mean, we're here in November. Like it's not gonna get any better, I can tell you that. Spent the day down at the mall. Went and bought some clothes for my son, like going into winter, so we had to get some warmer clothes. So yeah, I just got home. It's getting kind of dark, but I think we got a little bit of time here. It won't go real long today because it is going to get dark, but let's get to it. So, before we get started, I know I had promised, because I want to talk a little bit today about the interview that Tommy did on Slope's channel, the extra slope. I want to talk about that, but before we get into it, I know I said I was going to talk about the Intellivision Zero, and I want to do that before I get into it, but I went back and I watched his most recent video about it on the Have an Amico Day channel, and I'm glad the guy's back making videos again. He's always done good stuff, and he was kind of the first one that was doing the clips thing, and other people are doing it, which, you know, all the channels are doing a good job with it, but he was kind of, as far as I know, one of the original ones that was doing it. I mean, I could be totally wrong here. Shut up, bird! Hey, listen. But, yeah. Oh, make sure I don't have a booger in my nose. But, yeah, he's back making clips, and it's good to see, because I don't know, he kind of just vanished there for a little bit, but he's been back doing it. And I watched his latest video about the Zero, because there's still not like a lot of stuff going on or updates, and we need an update video, man. Like, let us know what you're going on, because in this video he said that they're shooting for a June and July release in 2022. So let us know what's going on. And the only other thing that I saw, the information, was it says it's going to be 5% more horsepower performance than the PS4 Pro, and then it's going to be twice the amount of RAM. So, and if you look this thing up, it's not in television like IN, it's in television, just the letter N, Television Zero. So I don't know, man. Like I'd like to talk more about it, but there's not really some information out there. I don't know if you've got it anywhere else, like online or something, or if it's just on YouTube. So if there is anything, when you see this video, let me know. Let me know in the comments what's going on with it, because I would like to talk about it. I'm interested in it. I mean, it's a, you know, it could be an interesting idea. You know, I know it's about using last generation's technology, and it's supposed to be upgradable for the future, to be future proof. So it's a good idea, and it sounds like you guys are, you know, trying to do it on your own without doing the stupid crowdfunding thing. At least that's what you've said. So I guess we'll see. But yeah, let me know what's going on with it. Do you have an idea? Like, are you going to do an update, or where are you guys at? And I'll talk about it for you. You know, try to get the message out there. But we're going to get right on into the interview. Now, I'll be honest, I couldn't get through the whole fucking thing, and I might have to do this in parts. I tried to start watching the first part. There's two parts. The first part is pretty much blowing Tommy. It's all about like his life and his music career and all that shit. And the second part is what I care about, the Amico. I mean, the first part went on for an hour and 15 minutes. The second interview went on for like 2.5 hours. So it's like, what is that? 3.5, almost basically 4 hours of talking with Tommy. I wasn't there. It wasn't live. It was like a premiere, so we were all able to talk in the comments. At least I don't think it was. I don't think he ever did a live one. It could have been, but what I saw was, and everybody else in the Amico crew were watching a premiere, so it wasn't live. So you couldn't ask Tommy any questions, and you could just tell by the end that Slopes guy was fucking just worn out. He's like, what have I gotten into? Like, Tommy just blah 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 blah, and it just is. It's a thing of wonder. It almost kind of impressive, like how much that man can ramble. What the fuck is up there behind me? Something's making noise back there. Can y'all see it? There was a random black cat walking around. That might be him. I don't know if y'all can see it back there or not. Or it's Tommy creeping up on me, gonna stab me in the face. But it's pretty impressive how this man could just go. Like, you could just see the look on Slope's face. He's like, and he was like trying to end it, but Tommy didn't want. It is a black cat. This cat's just shown up, and we've been feeding it. But I think he's got an owner because he's not super thin. You gonna chill out here while I do my video, kitty? We got an indoor cat. We don't let our cat out because our last cat got hit. Because it's kind of a busy road out there, so we don't let our cat out. So I guess this will be our outdoor cat that comes around. But yeah, you could just tell, like, Slopes was trying to end the interview, and Tommy just wasn't going to have it. And in the end, because I only watched probably the last 30, 45 minutes, and it was a ton of fun, like all of us in the comments talking. And they were actually I actually gave the video a thumbs up, only because of the fact that they really weren't being super hard in the comments as far as like shutting down conversation, because for the most part the conversation was pretty negative. Of course, you had fucking Relic Gamer in there being a douche like he normally is, like saying that we're all internet predators and get your screenshot, boys, we're gonna prove them to be whatever the fuck, like we're doxing Tommy or some shit. Like, the dude is fucking nuts, and I don't even want anything to do with him. Like, he's such just a douchebag, and it's nobody likes the guy, especially after everything that happened on that Retro Bro live stream. I mean, do you even have any friends, Relic Doucher? You just need to go away at this point. If you really do care about the Intellivision, man, and it's not just about you and you're getting attention, you need to fucking leave, because you're not helping the situation. You're an idiot, and if anything, you're rubbing people the wrong way, and less people are gonna listen to it. So, or listen to Tommy or anyone talk about the Amico in a positive way, because you're a fucking idiot. So just fucking leave. But if you stick around, it's not because you like Intellivision, it's because you like the attention. So eat a dick. Anyways, so let's get into it. Let's just get into the thing. So the first part of the interview, like I said, I couldn't deal with that. And I'll be honest, I only got about, I think I said, an hour and 6 minutes into the other portion, the second part. So if I can, I'll try to get through it and see if there's anything else of interest. I did take notes, obviously, like I do on in my fucking boomer notes, about some of the things I thought were interesting. The first part, like I said, was about Tommy, and something he said that was kind of funny to me. He's like, I listened about the first 15 minutes or so, and I was like, fuck this. He said he's never tried alcohol or cigarettes. I mean, he said first, obviously he's never done any drugs, but he said that the word, like, I've never tried alcohol. Like, that sounds like something a 12-year-old would say, you know, like myself, I've never tried alcohol. Like, you've never drank alcohol, dude. Like, let's be real here. And I was thinking about that. It's like, well, let me finish the rest of the things, and I'll say what I think about that. He also said he's a super sleeper, and which only 1% to 2% of the population is like that, which he starts going into all this weird shit, like just rambling, running his mouth. And he says he only needs 3 to 4 hours of sleep. That's why he's accomplished so much. And at that point, I just couldn't handle anymore. I'm like, oh my God, like, this guy is so full of himself. Like, I only sleep 3 to 4 hours a night. That's why I've done so much in my life. Like, imagine how, he's like, by the time you're 30, you've already slept 10 hours of your life away. Imagine what I've done with 5 more years, what did I say, 10 years of your life away. Imagine what I've done with 5 more years. Like, yeah, you've been a much bigger douche and a lot more annoying. So you've got a lot more of a bad history out there. But about the alcohol thing, and The dude is so uptight. He needs a fucking drink. He needs a drink. And if it's not a drink, maybe he needs some fucking weed. He needs to get high and just chill the fuck out, because the guy is so uptight. And you can just see it in the interview. Like, he's just going on and on and on about fucking haters and the criticism. And he keeps saying that, oh, I've learned my lesson. After 3 years, I've learned my lesson. He hasn't fucking learned his lesson, because half the goddamn interview was about the hate and the haters and the criticism. It's like, dude, just let it fucking go. It's you're the reason that all of this is happening, because of who you are and how you act. And it's like, again, he brings up the whole East Coast Italian thing, and that's why he is the way that he is. And he was trying to get on Slope's good side by saying, because the English are the same way. And you know what, man? I started thinking about it. Like, what the fuck are you saying? Like, you saying the rest of the country are a bunch of pussies? Like, East Coast Italian? I can tell you right now, I grew up down in Georgia. Sure, we're pretty polite down there. We say hi to you. But I fucking guarantee you, you run down there and start running your mouth, you're going to get your fucking ass beat. Alright? We don't just sit back and take shit either. We'll fucking fight you just as fast as you'll fight somebody up on the East Coast Italian bullshit area. You know, like, I'm sick of that fucking excuse, man. Everyone in the country, we're Americans here. You know, we don't back down from a fight in anywhere. I don't give a fuck where you live, in the city or in the country. You're going to get your ass whooped out in the South, down in the country, or out up west, just as much as you're going to get your ass whipped down around Boston or New York. So fuck off with that shit. And the difference is, the rest of us know when to fucking shut up when it doesn't behoove us to run our mouth and be all tough and getting in the comments. And he's like, I've learned my lesson, but he's not learned his lesson, because you can go on Atari Age right now and read bullshit that how he is. And I was going to read a couple comments, too, that I saw on Reddit. Some people posted, and I want to read that. But I'll have to warp up to my my room again to read the comments, because I film with my phone. And I tried to get my tablet to work, and it's a piece of shit. So I really have like one thing that's mobile that I can get on, because my son uses his phone, my wife uses her phone, my stepson uses his phone. So I'm not going to take their phone to come out here and read comments for a YouTube video, because it's not that fucking important. But that's the thing, man. It's like, and here's the thing. It's like, even 15 minutes into the talk about the Amico, it's nothing but negativity and drama. And even Slopes had to turn it the direction back. He's like, we're 15 minutes in, and we haven't even talked anything about the Amico. It's literally all about the drama, because the man cannot fucking get away from it. He is the instigator, the cause of all of it. He is all of the problems that have come with the Amico. All of the drama has resulted because of Tommy Tallarico and his stupid mouth, and he can't shut the fuck up. And he's so annoying with it that it makes everybody just more and more and want to talk about it. Like, I get to the point where it's like, what else am I going to talk about? But then I watch this interview and I'm like, holy shit, man, shut the fuck up. And I was even saying in the comments to Slopes at the end, like, just cut him off. He won't stop rambling, because he had to go back into the drama all at the end. Like, dude, like, just, you need some fucking weed. You need to get high, and you need to chill the fuck out. Because I tell you, I don't smoke anywhere near like I used to. I completely quit drinking, because I got to a point at college and in my late 20s where I was drinking quite a bit. So I made a decision to stop drinking. Now, I will, partake in weed every now and then, not like I used to. But I tell you what, man, if you're dealing with a problem, or you're approaching something the same way, you keep hitting your head in the wall, like running into the wall the same way over and over again, and you smoke a little bit, all of a sudden it does something in your brain that causes you to look at problems in your life in a different perspective. Like, I don't know, like, for me, if I smoke all the time, it's not good for me. I get, like, I don't know, I get lazy, I get complacent. I'm not a functioning pothead at all. I'm lazy as fuck and don't do anything. Just play video games and watch movies. But if I like will wait and then smoke weed every now and then, it fucking unlocks something in my brain, even if I'm not thinking about the problem. I'm just like, all of a sudden, like, why am I doing it like this? It's so fucking obvious I could do it like that. So Tommy, I'm telling you, smoke some fucking weed, man. Like, just, there's no reason not to at this point in your life. You said you're 53 years old. Just smoke some and just chill the fuck out, and maybe you'll look at this problem and approach it from a different light, because you're doing the same shit that you've been doing your whole life. Like, I guarantee you don't probably listen to anybody, so you need to listen to yourself. And if you just do, like, just smoke a little bit, or even if you just have to have, even if you have a drink or something, I don't think the alcohol will do much for you. I mean, alcohol just makes you more stubborn and angry than where you are. It's weed that will get you to look at a problem differently. So I fucking recommend it, man. Even if you don't tell anybody, just smoke some with a friend, you know, somebody there, so you don't wig out, because, you know, that's possible to happen, but it could help you fucking look at life a little bit differently. So I don't know, man. Like, that's my recommendation. But let's just go into some of the things here. I'm going to be reading a lot because it's a long fucking interview, and just the things I wanted to talk about. He did say that the Amico will be it's going to be a soft launch because of COVID. He'd love to have 1 million machines out on day one, but he can't. I mean, you couldn't anyways, even if it wasn't because of COVID, because you don't have any fucking money. You've wasted all your money. So that, I think, is dumb. But it's interesting that they're saying that it's going to be a soft launch. He also said that they have over 50 games in development, and 20 or so of those games are in their final testing stage. Some games are completely done, sitting on a hard drive, just waiting for launch. I mean, that's a lot of the argument here is, are these games fucking done? If you go and read, like, Tommy did a video about the UI, that it was possibly shown. Everybody's denying it. Retro Pro, Saggy, they're all in the comments denying it. Which I asked the question, why do they know? How do they know to say that that's not the UI? Why does nobody else know? Do the investors know? Do the actual people that are putting up money, do they know what the UI looks like? Or is it just the YouTubers that are pro Amico? You know, like, is it just the cult members that get to know, not everyone else? So that's just a bizarre thing, you need to always be. And the whole argument is, are these games even done? And he's claiming that they are. And what the fuck is final testing stage? I mean, even if it's like final testing stage, there still seems to me like some issues could arise, and you have to go back to the drawing board or back in there and add more to the game. So I don't know, man. Final testing stage to me still seems like there's a little ways to go. Like, I don't think it's as final as he's claiming that it is. All right, we need to hurry. The sun's going down. The rednecks are out and they're fucking patrolling the streets. And then he gets basically the last thing I'm going to talk about here, the rest of the video, is they talked a lot about the physical media. And I stopped the video about an hour and 6 minutes in when they were going to transfer to a new topic. I couldn't handle anymore. I don't even know what the next topic is. But some things that I noted about the physical media. Let me get a sip of water here. Mouth's getting dry. The things that he was saying about the physical media. So, instantly again, once the physical media is brought up, he has to jump right back into the fucking drama. And he's saying, well, the physical media, 3 years ago, that's what you'd call it. He said that's what you call it. It's the physical media, and people, why are people calling it out on that? And they said they changed it to, they said, let's call it physical product. And I talked about this in another one of my videos, and I had looked up some information about the FIG investment, and they get part of the revenue has to go back into FIG. The way that it works, it's like so much every the first bit. Once you reach a certain point, then you have another year where they get a little bit, and then another year where they get a little bit. And after a certain amount of time, or when it reaches a certain point, it's done. Or I don't know if it's a certain amount of time, or if it has to reach a point. I don't fucking understand all that. I'm not going to pretend like I do. However, I do know that the game sales would count as part of revenue that would go back into the investors. So it's obvious that they were very careful. It's not physical media. They had to change it to physical product. He's just basically claiming that, oh, they just called it physical media, but we're not going to do physical media because we're just changing it. They did it seriously because they didn't want to have to give any of that revenue, this revenue of this physical product, back to investors. They need all the money that they can get right now. So it's just one of those shady things, and it's just the way that he tries to sell everything, and I don't know. I can't remember. Do I get into a lot of this? I might. It's so hard with this man. It's so hard, and he talks on and on and on about. I know I wrote this down. What did I say? Just about how everyone calls him a liar, and that he's saying he's not a liar, and the dude overpromises and underdelivers. He's a fucking bragger. He brags and brags and brags, and he wants to make it seem like, and the way that he presents it as like they said something 3 years ago, and then it has to change because of technology or cost, or they found a better way to do it. And he's saying that everyone calls him a liar. It's the thing with Tommy, and the reason why everybody calls him out is because it's so annoying, and so he just speaks with this arrogant confidence, like how it's like, we're gonna do this amazing thing, and it almost just sounds like it's just some bullshit that he spits out right then. Whether or not that's the case, I don't know. It's the way that the guy comes across. He's the worst person to talk about this thing because he's too fucking emotionally invested in it. Oh my God, shut up. But that's a lot of what the guy's problem is. It's just the way that he talks and the way that he comes across. It's just so annoying and arrogant. And so yeah, people are going to call you out like, you said this, because you sounded so fucking confident then when you said it. Like how you're just shitting on, well Nintendo, but we're going to do it this way, and it's going to be like this, and it's going to bring families back, and we're going to do this, and blah, 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 blah. It's like, just stop fucking promising all this shit, and then people won't call you out. You just call it like it's haters, like everyone's just hanging on your word, calling you a liar. It's all, you bring it all on yourself. So anyways, another thing he talks about is he justifies the cost of the controllers, because we're still talking about physical media, but he has to jump into these other fucking things, so it goes ins and out. Justifies the cost because he gives you 2 controllers with the touch screen. That's like, who else gives you 2 controllers with a touch screen? That's the cost. Get rid of the goddamn touch screen. You don't need the touch screen. The touch screen is stupid. And that jumps into something else with the cult members. And somebody made a video, I don't remember who it was at the time. Another YouTuber that you should check out is Alpha Dog. Alpha Dog Entertainment or something. He does some good stuff too. I don't think it was him that did it. I don't remember. But somebody was, it could have been Goose, actually. But if you go back and watch some of the old cult members' videos, they talk about how they don't need gimmicks. They don't like gimmicks and all the shovelware and shit. Fucking trash. I'm shooting a YouTube video here, dude. But they go back and they talk shit about all these other things like Nintendo and stuff, and like using gimmicks. The fucking Amico is nothing but a gimmick. They got the stupid D-pad. They've got the dumb touch screen. You don't need the touch screen because it sounds like it's dumb. Like what? It has 1 megabyte of fucking shit that it can do, so it literally can't do shit. It's like becomes just another button. You don't need it. And if that's part of what your cost is, get rid of it, man. It's just one of those things that Tommy just blurted out, and now it's like they have to do it. He also told Slope was asking about the numbers on the card that like everybody's been showing in their YouTube, the RFID card. He said that shit doesn't fucking matter, and Slope said that he would take his word for it. So that's another one of those things. Like, is this a promise? Will this change? Because you're literally, everyone's showing these fucking numbers. Like, to me, I don't know, man. Like, that, I still feel like you could probably do something with those numbers. But Tommy assures us that the numbers don't matter. He also said that, this is another thing that he's saying. End of story. You have to have the card to transfer the data. The end of story, the RFID card, because you can't copy the RFID tag on your phone from the store to play at home. Tommy says that's not going to happen. There's no way it is. And the reason is because there's something on the card that the reader won't pick up. It's proprietary Intellivision technology. So it's like, okay, you know, that's another thing that he's promising right here. And they go into it talking about like the amiibos, like you didn't, like the amiibo, you can't transfer it through the package because there's like a metal thing or something underneath the amiibo that won't let you do it. Tommy showed an example of something they were going to use with the RFID card, but they said they don't need it because of the proprietary technology. But here's the thing, Slopes asked him about that, and of course he's like, well, I can't talk about it. that's the thing. And he says the reason why he can't talk about it is because we will listen to it and we'll hear it and it might change, and then he's going to be called a liar. Well, this thing is supposed to be out, if you listen to some cult members, by the end of the year, but definitely by Q2 of next year. So if you're still going to have to potentially change something, the way that the card readers work, then you're nowhere near fucking done. So that's such a stupid excuse. It's just going back and always blaming the haters, and you just receive more and more hate because of it. So it's just stupid. My notes ripped. And then you could tell the dude just gets mad. He was triggered. He goes flying back into the drama again. It's like he'll talk about something and right back to the drama. He got mad talking about people calling it a code in a box because you can transfer it. It's not a code in a box. He also got mad because people are saying it's confusing to moms. You just tap it. He's like, people will say this is supposed to be a family-friendly system, but it's all this craziness, and how's that going to be confusing to moms? Again, man, smoke some fucking weed, dude, and chill the fuck out. Just chill out. You are way too uptight, Tommy. Way too fucking uptight. So here's more shit that he goes into. They're not using the NFTs in the normal way that people use them. They're only using them as an extra layer of security. Your NFT may be more valuable down the road because it could be like the 10th or the 100th version. So that's like one of the things, like that's, they said that was an extra cherry on top. Or maybe it's Retro Bros version or Cyrus Martin's version. You know, like maybe that one's worth more too. And then he gets into saying about the NFTs being bad for the environment. That's last year's news. It's not the updated news. The way we are doing it is not that bad. Somehow, magically, they've also, everyone is, I don't understand the NFT shit. I know, like, with the Ethereum and all that stuff that they do, the way that it's done is bad for the environment. But here's Tommy saying, again, the way that they're doing it, it's not going to be bad for the environment. But of course, they are not at liberty to discuss how they are doing that. He can't answer it because of the haters, because we'll call him a fucking liar. So, again, it's like, why even fucking bring that shit up? You can't say it because you don't want anyone to copy it. If you have this magical new system of using the NFTs and it's not bad for the environment, like, that seems to me like that would be way more worthwhile, a lot worth more money than stupid amigos. Like, you would think that you wouldn't want to say that because you don't want people stealing your idea. But no, he goes right back into, is so much worry about the haters. The haters are going to fucking call me out and make me look dumb and say bad things about me. There you go, dude. Just one hit, man. One hit, Tommy. If you've never even drank, dude, it's gonna do something for you. So then he goes into the recyclable boxes shit, of course, because that's just how he is. He's got to get into the recyclable boxes because just change the subject from their proprietary technology. It's made from recyclable material, and it won't be bad for the environment. Yeah, when these things are fucking trashed in a couple of years because they're worthless. The only reason these things are going to be worth any money is because of this whole fucking story about it. Because the thing will fail. At least I feel like it's going to fail. And that's another thing. A lot of these assholes, they keep saying that think that we just want this thing to fail. I want this thing to come out. I don't want it to fail. I think it will fail. I want it to come out to see if I'm right. Like I've said, I will fucking buy one if the thing is a success. Because I was wrong. I will contribute to that. I don't want this fucking thing to fail. I think the thing will fail. I think the way that Tommy acts is insane. I think that the way these YouTubers in this cult shill for it weirdly, but will call out other companies for doing the exact same things or even less. It's weird. I think these things are weird. I think this is going to happen. I don't know a lot of people that are saying they want it to fail. We all just think the fucking thing is going to fail. Let's see. I already talked about that. That seems to be pretty much all that I have. I have, but that's just. It's just the whole thing, man. The whole thing. The dude is insane. The dude just cannot let shit go because he literally was the one that started this whole thing. And you've admitted it yourself, your stupid East Coast Italian dumb bullshit. You still can't learn the lesson. It has nothing to do with being an East Coast Italian. It has everything to do with the fact that you're fucking insecure. And you just have to be right. You can't handle any criticism at all. Or any questions. And it just brings more and more and more because you're so fucking bizarre. I don't know if you guys watch any of Darius's videos. I know a lot of y'all do. I don't know if everybody does. But he's been doing the worst YouTuber tournament. And it was we're almost to the finals. Fucking trash. Tommy Tallarico just beat Smash JT as the to go into the finals for the worst YouTuber, and it's going to be Tommy Tallarico versus beat 'em ups. I know a lot of people hate beat 'em ups. I don't know, man. I don't watch his content. Everyone says he's like a massive shill and he just takes advantage of young people, and he might. I always thought he was just kind of an annoying douche when he was on the Game Chasers. I just thought he was just kind of like they just shoehorned him in there, and he was like somebody that we had to watch then, and I always just thought he was kind of annoying. But I think Tommy is the dumbest, especially because he's been making more YouTube videos. I mean, just the whole way that he acts, and this whole thing that could potentially turn out just to be a massive fucking scam. It's like I think he deserves to win it this year. And years past or whatever, probably not. I mean, you could definitely make an argument that Smash JT is probably the worst YouTuber. But with everything going on with this Amico, I think I hope Tommy Tallarico wins, because I think that would just be fitting into that tournament that he's the winner, because he's so obnoxious and he's just so annoying. And I just don't understand how anybody has fallen under his spell, because I listen to the dude and I can't handle him. He's so frustrating to listen to. But enough of that. Let's transition back upstairs to I wanted to read a couple of comments that people left on Reddit who were positive about the Amico and now are no longer interested in it. And it goes into talking about like how Tommy's all about the haters. It's just haters. They're just haters. Blah, 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 blah. So I wanted to read these. They're kind of long. I want to read them just because I think they're interesting to listen to. So without any further ado, let's go upstairs. Hey, it worked again. Nice. All right. So let's jump in to the topics I was going to talk about as far as it concerns Reddit. The thread that was started was by, who is it? Shillbuster. He said several observers have suggested that Amico has obsessed lunatics on both sides. Discuss. Yeah, so the reason why I wanted to show this, and I'm pretty sure I said it before, was just how, Tommy just talks about all these haters and everybody just wanting the system to fail and blah, 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 and it's not fair and blah, 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 and don't look at us like this, like we're... and it all has to do with his bullshit. And here's a guy, he was interested. He was on your side, Tommy, and you fucked it up and pushed the dude away. Let's just read here. It's a long, pretty long post by a guy named Steam Powered Internet. It's pretty good, I think. So let's get into it. As someone else has said, I'm a spurned lover that was an obsessed lunatic on Tommy's side. See, he's on your side. I was just a quiet supporter, and I didn't use social media. They continually get this fact wrong. I was ready to purchase a Galaxy Purple Amico for $150 and would have probably bought in at $179 as well, especially with $2 to $7 games and with the promise of physical media. See, they see these as promises. You say that it's just, Tommy, you say it's just that you said some shit 3 years ago and things changed. But, these people took it as promises, not haters. This guy was on your side. I followed the Amico closely and was adamantly excited about the possibility of the success of a new and actualized console that wasn't a micro console like UA or GameStick. A lot of people were. I say adamantly excited because I was convinced this was the one that was going to break the mold. It was going to be make 10-10-2020. I trusted it every time Tommy said it. He had given me zero reason to doubt it because you hadn't paid attention to what his bullshit was. I watched several of those long-hour interviews and agreed with every point he would make. My wife even asked me what I saw that was so special in this before I was awake, so to say. She saw it way before me. She wasn't under the spell, dude. Like, you were manipulated by a fucking crazy lunatic potential con man. I don't know. I don't want to say the word con man because everybody's like, oh, you're just saying that. Like, it's that you're just a hater. Your opinions are invalid. But I guess we'll see. We'll see, whatever. I was completely uneducated about Tommy Tallarico at first. Me too, friend. Me too. And took everything at first blush. I thought that he was an industry legend who had done amazing things for video game soundtracks and sound effects and was influential in the shaping of games I played in high school. Well, he will let you believe that. My jaw dropped when he saw they got Jay Allard on board. If he's jaw dropped, the dude knows what's going on now. And he had people from Nintendo and Hasbro, etc. And I thought that Tommy really had it. He was in the industry. He knew what games retro enthusiasts love. He knew how to bring everyone together with a 90s couch co-op touch. I bought it all, hook, line, and sinker. I was in 100%. I have a golden ticket. Because I purchased merchandise to support them. I was in 100% again. That video I thought worked out pretty good. A lot better than I thought yesterday with the what the fuck is it called? Willy Wonka. Anyways. And the August 5th presentation hit and everything started collapsing. Yeah. Everything he had been saying fell apart. All of the narratives he had created crumbled in an instant. I woke up. System price, launch date, game exclusivity, no ports, game quality, 600 years of experience to show that we're unfinished and unpolished flash trash. Flash games for a system that was launching in October, then also delayed. Then the bits about Jay Allard vanishing came to light. Yeah, this is the thing, Tommy. The shit's coming out. It's not just blind hatred. It's not understanding why nobody else can see this shit and you just have people under your spell. The company opening up to investors when it had been private investing because they didn't need outside investors and whatnot before. Another failed promise. The guy talks a little bit here, kind of gives his background. You can read this if you want, pause it. It just shows, the guy knows what he's talking about. He has a degree in engineering. He's doing all this shit. Basically, the best part about that paragraph is, he says, my company launches new products worldwide all the time and did so even during the pandemic. Well, I mean, if you listen to Tommy and the Cult, who make excuses all the time about COVID, then, you know, that's lies. You're a liar, dude. You're a liar, apparently, steam-powered internet. The things Tommy had said and started saying suddenly all started falling apart. The new things he started saying after the delay were falling out of his mouth daily as not only lies, but fabricated stories to the point of fantasy storytelling on top of lies. Because the dude just needs to chill. He just needs to chill and fucking approach this in a whole new way that you're just failing over and over again. All the while, he was sure to keep asking for investors' money and for pre-orders, while nothing he was saying was adding up. Every single promise was broken. And he doesn't answer the questions of the investors either. You go to those pages, they don't get answered. They just want to know. They're just viewed as haters. Anyone that goes to Atari Age and asks questions, hater. Tommy said some line about overpromising and over-delivering on Atari Age once. No, he overpromises and underdelivers. Like, he's not over-delivering shit. I think that line and of itself is fascinating because it embodies everything wrong with this situation. When a CEO who can't even keep fact from fiction straight tells you he prefers to overpromise and overdeliver when he has so far failed to deliver on a single promise. Okay, exactly, man. And broken every single promise he's ever made in regards to his product. It's a wonder he has any obsessed lunatics on either side left. Brilliant, man, brilliant. You could be on YouTube making these videos if you want to join the insanity, because that was brilliant. That's exactly the fucking problem. But he does still have obsessed lunatics, and that's a whole other part of the story that I'm fascinated by. Why? Why are they there? What have they been promised? It's not that we think they've been paid. I just think that they were promised access and lied to. Okay, there's one other here I want to read, a long one. This one's pretty good too, because he's another person who was interested. Mario Man 1987. Steam, my excitement level and decline mirrors yours exactly. I heard Intellivision was launching a new console and immediately signed up for the mailing list and was so excited. I was one of the first 100,000 to do so. So he was right there at the beginning, which was July 14th, 2018. That was nearly 3.5 years ago. I remember Intellivision promised something special for those first 100,000 folks that signed up. Shoo, they sure didn't disappoint on the something special for early adapters. I was so excited for a new Intellivision console. I called my older brother to tell him the news. And this is the story that is repeated, I'm sure, all throughout the world. People were excited about Intellivision. They used the name Intellivision to sell you on nostalgia. This is dripping with nostalgia. I knew he wanted to get him one since I wanted to get him one since I tore his up back in the 80s. I didn't do it intentionally, but decided to conk out while I was playing, against his wishes, I might add. Well, shit happens, man. You know, it's just the way it is. The wait began. I soaked up all the tidbits I could find on the new Intellivision console, which ultimately led me to Atari Age. There's your problem right there. A site I had been many times but never registered. Just to give you some insight, my brother and I went to the world of Atari in Las Vegas back in 1998. We would be considered diehard collectors, even back then, I guess you could say. Huh, well. Finally, one day, I registered on Atari Age as I found the CEO of Intellivision was actually engaging people there. Fucking shouldn't be. Shocked and curious, I became more engaged and started posting. One of my first posts was to declare there has been lots of squawking about Nintendo and the state of how the company now allowed mature content on the console. Oh, that's your first mistake, dude. You dared call out the master. This drew the ire of what now I knew the CEO as Tommy. He became defensive and lashed out at anyone criticizing his news on Nintendo. He was adamant in his right to fling all the shit he wanted
on Nintendo and squarely elevate his Amico as the new heir apparent to what Nintendo once stood for, family-friendly content. Well, of course, he's trying to replace him, so he's going to shit all over them, which is a mistake because people love Nintendo. A fairly civil discussion ensued on how I was not a parent to latchkey kids, and I didn't need a gatekeeper to what content my kid consumed, but the cracks began to emerge. This CEO of Intellivision, who was launching a new console called Amico, was fragile, combative, and anything but what the new console literally was named for: a friend. See, Tommy, you're not a friend to these people. You're just an asshole who only cares about how you look and actually worrying about the people's actual concerns. I saw such abhorrent behavior toward one Atari age in particular. I considered canceling my 2 Founders Edition fairly early on. I waited and watched, giving this company and CEO opportunity after opportunity to excite me again and brush aside my mixed feelings I now had. I would end up being nothing but disappointed. He tried, but you couldn't shut the fuck up. Console price increases, software exclusivity redefined, delays announced, and more behavior that, for the lack of a better word, sickened me. Shady investment videos surfaced, the pivot toward crowdfunding, and lastly, attacks on people who were openly deemed haters. I had soured on the entire project. My eventual ban for trolling the CEO, which I now refer to as Tom on Atari Age, completed my 180 turn. I waited for the handling of the 3rd delay, and the midnight email dump announcement confirmed what I knew. The project was doomed, and my patience was gone. He canceled 2 pre-orders. Such a shame the way it all went down. No surprise console for my brother, who absolutely loved his Intellivision from the 80s. I'm sorry, man. That really sucks. That sucks. I have a brother too, and we shared a lot of fond memories over video games as well, and I know that's a shitty thing. But I later realized this new console would not replace what was lost, because this was not the same company. I'm here now for the entertainment and to see the train wreck till the end. Yes, exactly. Okay, so was there anything else? Nah, I don't think so. Oh, yeah, I did see this too. They mentioned to me here, Laser Active Guy. One side said, my take, only one side is trying to take your money, D-list celebrity said. And then Laser Active Guy, that is a good point. Even the shills. OEB Pete has merch and a Patreon. Smash JT has a merch store. DJC Studios is trying to sell t-shirts, tab, and music. What are Hammock Man, Darius Truxton, and Tommy Uyamiko trying to sell you? We're not trying to sell you shit. They will tell you that we just want attention, and it has nothing to do with the fact that we're just interested in this shit and confused by how everybody can just accept this blindly on your cult, in your cult area. The guy, Mr. 804, said the other guys are just selling me the lulz, and then Count Carnero said not to forget the immortal Ramblin' Man. Exactly. We've got a nice little community here that we're just doing our fucking thing and called haters because we're calling out obvious bullshit. But this video is running on. Let's get the fuck back to the hammock.
And we're back. And the fucking rednecks are back. I don't know what it is. It's a Monday night. Why the fuck are they out just blasting their little toys, riding around their motorcycles and their trucks with fucking no mufflers? Crazy. People don't have to wear helmets around here either when they ride motorcycles. I just think that's fucking insane. I don't know. I don't have any interest to ride a motorcycle. I mean, they are kind of cool. I think they might be kind of fun, but there's no way in hell I'd ride a motorcycle without a helmet. But whatever. Anyways, guys, it's getting awful fucking dark out here. We're gonna have to put a stop to this, or the bats are gonna come out. So, anyways, probably, like I said, this is definitely probably gonna be the last fucking hammock video. I can't imagine we'll have another nice day like this. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Have a great week.